Hey guys, welcome back. So Resident Evil 8 Village is the hype train is building. They recently released a demo a couple of days ago where you could play for 30 minutes and then, that's it. And I've seen a few reactions to that, a few gameplay videos, but I have kind of skipped through them because I didn't want to spoil anything. So I have kind of avoided it a little bit. I just wanted to get like a basic taste of the gameplay, but when it comes to any major plot points or jump scares, I didn't see any of that. But what we have got here is a 5-hour PS5 hands-on preview from IGN for the game. Now, I'm keen to check this out, one, because it only goes for 5 minutes, or nearly 6 minutes, and I'm hoping it's not going to be too spoilery. It doesn't say anything about spoilers in the title. But I'm just really curious about this game. I just pre-ordered it yesterday for digital download from the PS Store for my PS5. So I'm fairly hype. I'm on that train, baby. I want to play this game. It just looks amazing. Really kind of venturing away from the standard Resident Evil fare that we've been used to for the past 25 years or so. And with current gen consoles, like if you're lucky enough to have a PS5, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, these games look absolutely stellar on that console. Alright, so a 5-hour PS5 hands-on preview. So I'm sure there's going to be some narration and a few anecdotes and tidbits about the game. So let's just dive in and have a look and hopefully not spoil anything for ourselves. 3, 2, 1, go. IGN first.
Tell me what the hell is going on here?
No.
So they played it.
The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
5 hours worth.
This preview is based on IGN's world-exclusive hands-on with the first 5 hours of Resident Evil Village at Capcom's headquarters in Japan. We played mainly on PS5 as well as the PS4 Pro version. Our hands-on with Resident Evil Village starts out quietly, as Ethan Winters, the protagonist of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, walks through a snowy landscape in the middle of the night.
He's back.
No action, no cutscenes, but it's already eerie and full of tension.
Yeah, I love it. You can't see anything.
An open point that looks over the village, with the atmospheric Castle Dimitrescu in the background. It felt like an instant classic video game moment. Village's expertly crafted environmental storytelling, making an impression right from the start.
Looks so good.
But the exhilarating action soon follows. While it is a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7, Village's mechanics borrow a lot of ideas from Resident Evil 4. And when equipped with a handgun and a knife, I was able to throw enemies off balance by shooting them in the leg and follow up with a blade, or kick them away after a well-timed block. With limited ammo, I decided to run from my Lycan attackers. Lycans are roughly equivalent to the zombies of previous games in the series.
Limited ammo.
I entered a house and blocked the entrance by throwing a shelf in front of the door, another Resi 4 mechanic. Of course, the next moment, a Lycan pried open the door and proceeded to throw me to the floor.
So it's all about the werewolves. So it's a direct sequel to 7. I haven't finished 7.
Once the Lycans finally left me alone, the gameplay became more puzzle-centric, preventing the otherwise seamless route to the castle from being too easy. Village's early puzzles feel like any classic Resident Evil game, except that here you'll have to interact with the villagers in order to solve them.
Okay, cool.
The village is dotted with small secrets, and there were plenty of directions I could have headed, and I also could have happily spent more time exploring. But Castle Dimitrescu was waiting. After some horrific detours, I finally made it inside the castle, ruled by the internet's favourite 9'6" giantess, Lady Dimitrescu, and her 3 bloodthirsty daughters. Ethan is brutally tortured by the 4 dominant women in a cutscene the moment he enters the castle, which makes the premise of a relatively weak man hunted by much stronger women clear right away.
Oh, Jesus. She's amazing. She's like an instant cult
Wherever
favorite.
you go in the castle, Lady Dimitrescu or one of her daughters is always nearby, patrolling the premises in real time. Lady Dimitrescu lets out an elegant laugh whenever she notices Ethan, and seeing her slowly walk towards you leaves a lasting impression. You'll have to consider her long reach when evading attacks, and if you're backed into a corner, her size makes it difficult to find a way out. In one section, you have to lure her to different corridors to get around her for just long enough to open a door before she eviscerates you. I love how Capcom has found ways to make Lady Dimitrescu's height so much more than just a visual spectacle. Before even thinking of finding a way to face Lady Dimitrescu, you'll have to deal with her 3 daughters, who are much more agile and elusive, creating an entirely different fright. Each
Look at the
daughter has a
detail.
particular common weakness, but the varied situations in which you fight them result in mini-boss battles that all play out differently. This design philosophy reminded me of a Zelda dungeon that has the player solve different puzzles with the same item.
Well, that's good. We all love Zelda. The visuals are insane.
Mother, I bring you fresh prey.
By solving puzzles, which are pleasingly old school if not too difficult, I gradually
Cool.
gain more access to different areas of the castle. For just one area in a bigger game, Castle Dimitrescu feels surprisingly expansive, and getting lost was always more fun than frustrating. Evading specific recurring enemies while solving puzzles reminded me of the Baker family
Shit.
in Resident Evil
Just the
7.
duck.
However, with
Okay.
Village's much more over-the-top setting and literally larger-than-life characters, I never had the feeling that I was simply repeating that experience. And Castle Dimitrescu has more to offer than just Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters. Certain parts
Goddamn.
of this area have you fight against a large number of enemies, resulting in an action-packed experience that felt closer to Resident Evil 4 than to 7. Enemy types vary depending on the location, such as flying creatures in a rooftop area, and I was forced to adapt my playstyle along the way. And don't ask why, but weapon merchant Duke has a convenient room on the first floor. You'll be coming back to Duke to buy ammo and upgrade your weapons again and again, another aspect that feels similar to Resident Evil 4. And I loved his character design. After being relentlessly hounded by Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters, I felt a sense of relief every time I saw his jolly face. Duke proves that there is more to Village's character design than just the super memeable Lady D. While 2005's Resident Evil 4 revitalized both the Resi series and the modern third-person shooter, for some fans the action-packed gameplay was a step away from the survival horror experience they had come to love.
That's what I
What
thought.
makes Castle Dimitrescu so remarkable is that it manages to deliver Resident Evil 4's action and Resident Evil 7's dedication to survival horror in one package. One moment you are running helplessly from a giant mistress, the next moment you are blasting away with your shotgun at a multitude of smaller enemies. We spent close to 4 hours inside Castle Dimitrescu, which is only one chapter in a much larger game. If the rest is as diverse and robust as Castle Dimitrescu, Village might just become a new favourite for Resident Evil fans of all stripes.
Yeah, man.
Resident Evil Village is set to release on May 7th. For more Village, check out our PS4 Pro gameplay footage, catch up on Capcom's latest showcase, and look out for more throughout April from IGN first.
Nice. That was just the perfect amount of tease without revealing too much about it. So obviously it's just like, I love it how he said it was just like the first chapter in a much larger game. So that's pretty much all we've seen so far of Village is this castle. So I was assuming it was just all going to be set in that. But with most Resident Evil games, as you know, it kind of starts off in one location and then ends up in a way different place. So I'm excited to get into it and explore. So he was comparing it a lot to Resident Evil 4, which, to be honest, I've not played it for over 15 years or so. I mean, I can't remember when it came out, but it's been a long ass time since I played Resident Evil 4. So I do remember his misgivings, as he mentioned there. A lot of the fans thought it was too much action rather than survival horror. And I remember feeling the same way. I mean, it was fun, it was enjoyable, but I didn't really feel like a Resident Evil game. So to find, and I played Resident Evil 7. I started out in Resident Evil 7. I did a little bit of streaming for it, so it's on my channel. You can see it if you want to. But I kind of just started it, and yeah, like the horror aspects of that game were palpable. Like so many jumps, horrific situations, scary characters. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really need to get back into it. But if they can find that perfect blend of survival horror and fun action, then yeah, this could be, like you said, a new fan favorite. I mean, the hype is really, really building up, and you can just feel the excitement for this game. It's just something about it. Like Resident Evil's been around for so long, like it's a trusted franchise. I mean, definitely some games are better than others. They've had hits and misses. They've got some movies, so a new TV series coming, CGI movies, a new flick. So the Resident Evil thing is really kind of exploding right now, and it's been around for nearly 2 decades. So, like I said, yeah, the hype for Village is it's there, and I'm on it. I'm feeling it, man. I want to get into this game. It's going to be amazing, I hope. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. It seems like a lot of fun. Discuss and leave your thoughts and comments down below. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.